Hey, good morning, guys. This is Ramon Williams from the AI Standard. Thanks for joining me today. I wanted to go live because, well, frankly, I just wanted to talk about what I've been doing. One of the cool things that I've learned since using Claude Code was that Claude is not only a phenomenal tool, super intelligent tool, but it's integrated with so many different things. And the integrations that are possible and that you're able to do with Claude is amazing. So one of the things that I love that me and my team practice is to just model success. You know, if there is something that other people are doing that have created success for them, why not model it? Why try to reinvent the wheel when you're already at a disadvantage when you're trying to push the envelope forward in terms of your idea, in terms of whatever you're innovating, whatever you're creating that is changing how people think, how people interact with technology or in the marketplace or making them rethink decisions. It's already difficult enough to try to push people in that direction. How do you give them something that makes it easier? And one of the best tools to me are that's out there is Claude Code. I love Claude Code. I use it pretty much every single day. One of the things that I've noticed about Claude Code is that you can now use it in the browser, and you can also use it from your phone. So there are vibe coding apps that you can build an app from your phone. I've used at least two of them so far. The best one that I've used is the Vibe Code app by Riley. That one is actually pretty good. I actually was able to build an app from there. Nothing that I was able to publish, but I was able to at least produce something that I believe used a couple of APIs from Google and ChatGPT, and was able to make something that seemed like it could be useful. And so, yeah, so I just wanted to share that Claude Code now also works from your phone. So you can actually pull up a repository that you may have been working on. And one of my things, I get a little obsessed with building. If I am in the middle of building something and I have to start moving, I can actually send in a prompt while I'm on the go. I know what my next prompt usually is, and I usually have them laid out and structured, and I can usually send my next prompt out while I'm on the go. I can see it get finished and completed from my phone, and then I can send in the next prompt for the next job to go in and complete the next task. Codex from ChatGPT, which I did not enjoy the first time it came out, I didn't enjoy that experience, is actually pretty amazing now. I actually really enjoy it. So I actually built a web app not too long ago, and I built it all with Codex. Uh, and I want to see if I can pull it up. Uh, I think I have it over here. But yeah, I built a web app with Codex that I want to potentially turn into a mobile app. And what I'll do is I will share my screen. So this is the web app that I built with Codex. So I'm just putting it in the mobile view so that you can kind of see how it feels. I don't really love how this looks up here at the top. I'd say it took me about a day to build this. I am a Christian, but one of the things that I wanted to do was uh, just create a walking app. So I used to be a part of, and I still am a part of this movement ministry that I used to do every morning. And I was inspired to make this app just based off of our interactions in that ministry. And every day we walked, there was no real agenda. We just walked. we prayed and we did it, to open our days. I figured, why not make something that kind of reminded me of that. I live in Michigan, so it is cold right now. I will say I don't have the fortitude right now to walk early in the mornings in the dark and in the cold. It feels uncomfortable, but at any rate, Walk His Journey is a walking app. It just talks about all the different places that Jesus walked. And so once you go in here, you start walking. It asks you to allow it to track you, and once you allow it, it just keeps up with you as you go in your distance. In whatever walking challenge that you're in, there's a live feed down here that gives you some insight on Jesus's journey on whatever challenge that you're in. So each one of these little blurbs here or cards here has a challenge that shares what Jesus's walk was like. So you have Nazareth to Bethlehem. This was not Jesus per se. This was Jesus where he was inside of Mary's womb. And this walk, I believe, was roughly 75 to 80 miles, right? So 75 miles is what we have here. Nazareth to Bethlehem. It gives you some key scriptures in here. But as you walk, more details of this, if you're inside of this challenge, will will display as you walk. Okay, I turned it off. It was very cool. I wish I recorded it while I was driving. It was pinging very fast across there. Another thing that I added in here was a journal entry, so that after you're done walking, or even while you're walking, maybe you get some inspiration about anything, inspiration about your faith, inspiration about, a reflection to discuss and jot down about your life. You can come in here, choose whichever one was the one that, you were walking in, and just talk about life. And you can talk about your faith walk. So this is something that I built in a day. I built it on a day off, and was just kind of inspired to build it. So this was also a course that I taught to some children in my church. And I really just enjoyed just the lesson, just talking about Jesus and his movement throughout things. But yeah, this was all built with Codex in a day. So yeah, so this is pretty cool. So if you ever want to check it out, Walk His Journey. I'll give you the Walk His Journey, and I deployed it through Vercel. Walk His Journey. Vercel.app. And yeah, so that is. Oh, they didn't show you my counsel. I wanted them to show you my counsel. That's interesting. That's cool. So the way I was able to get it into mobile view was I turned the inspector on, but the only thing that they're showing you is the actual walk walk with Jesus, walk his journey part of it, which is cool. Which is cool. So for anybody that's out there that wants to build anything, you can literally build from your phone. You can start a repository on GitHub. I don't believe that you can initialize a GitHub repository from Claude Code in the browser or from Codex. Honestly, it's just easier to initialize one on your own, and you don't have to do anything. You can just literally add a file, an empty file to initialize it, or add a photo, or just something that's added to the repository. It doesn't have to be consequential or significant to the project. Just anything added to the repository essentially will initialize it. Once you do that, it's something that's live that you can easily connect with Claude Code or Codex, and you can easily pull it up inside of your workspace. So I can show you another one where we have let me see if I can pull it up. I want to be able to show you my Claude code inside of the terminal. But I really want to show it to you from mobile, what it feels like it could look like from mobile. So yeah, let's do this. So I will share a different screen. And so this is what Claude Code looks like almost. This is on my computer, but I have it in like a mobile view. So this is pretty much what it looks like, and I absolutely love this thing. It's amazing. Uh, One thing that I don't like is that you're allowed to add an image here on the initial prompt, but if you were to go into enable notifications, of course, let me know when the job is done. If you were to go into here, you there's no way to add a photo inside of here from the desktop. It may be slightly different from the phone, but from the desktop, you can't do anything from here. So what I would encourage you to do is obviously stay the course, but put in your photos at the beginning, the initial prompt. I think from the phone you can do it, but it's worth double checking. It's worth checking out. This DevOps visualizer repository. This, for a lot of you that have joined the AI standard and have downloaded some of my apps, this is the app that I am looking to upgrade. It is the tech stack app, and it basically walks you through what a tech stack is for mobile apps, for web apps, and what it takes to build one up. And it just gives you the building blocks and gives you some understanding, allows you to ask questions or be asked questions, take quizzes, to play some games. I built a few games inside of there. But what I'm doing with that particular app, and I'm working with the University of Michigan on doing this as well, is I'm looking to upgrade the UI UX, and I want to build a Duolingo style app. So I already built out some of the UI for it and how it looks and how it feels, and I've already enhanced a lot of the opening screens, if you will. Some of the main pages are revamped and reworked, and so this will be going out later this year or later next year. I'm looking at probably later next year, uh, once we get through this next semester of school. So I'm getting some support from U of M staff, faculty, and students to help me build out this educational tool. And I really want it to be fun. I want it to feel fun. I want it to be gamified in a way. Right now, it's more like a networking, like, hey, let's talk about vibe coding app, and also just like an educational tool. And I want to take it a level up, and I want to make it super fun, super addictive. I'm excited about building it. I'm excited about seeing it being in the market, and I want to be able to share with everyone like that when you're thinking about building with an AI code builder, that you're not just thinking from the perspective of the AI does everything. And so that's why I built Tech Stack. That's why I built AI Stack. And that's why I built the prompting guidebook, which is not a really good name. But here we are. But the reason why I built them was so that you could have some type of working knowledge. If you are serious about building and you do want to get to know more about what you're doing and how you're doing it. I want you to be able to uh, go in, give yourself some type of experience and understanding, and make it more palatable when you're working and you see an error, when you're working and you see that Claude, that Codex, that Gemini, that Kiki.dev, which is one of my favorite app builders. That if any of those were to make a decision on what type of what type of router system that he uses, that you wouldn't feel like you had to just go with whatever it said was the router system that it was going to use, but that you would have an opinion about it. And you can say, I want, I want to have a routing system that's done in through Expo Router rather than React Native, uh, any type of router that React Native would have. And there are differences in how they look when you're inside of the repository and how they work. So it's important to know how things are laid out, and then also how you can make changes. How you make your app interact with the user as they interface with it, and what's that experience like? How can you create a seamless experience, and how can you understand how your app is being built to recreate that experience? What is actually happening? And so that's where you want to have that insight and that knowledge for that. So let me see. I'm gonna share my screen now for another uh, project. So Codex inside of so Codex feels a lot different inside of the browser than on the phone. But it pretty much works the same way. So you can come in, you can choose any repository that you have, uh, and once you choose your repository, you send in your prompt. Um, and every time you create a new change for your repository, it creates a new branch for you. And in Codex, I don't believe that there's a automated merge that will happen. In Claude code, Claude will push your changes to your main branch for you. So you would want to let Claude know that if you don't want these changes to be implemented right away, that you can create a branch from Claude code. I want to show you one more app, and so that one you can literally use from your phone. Both of those you can use from your phone, which I love. It makes it so convenient. It makes it fun. It makes it exciting. If you're anything like me and you like to stay busy, you like to stay going after it. Um, yeah, it is. It can be a lot of fun. So I want to share with you guys one of my ultimate favorite tools, and that is this guy here, Kiki.dev. Kiki.dev is by far my favorite app builder, and to be very specific, this is a mobile app builder. You can build web apps from here. You can build websites from here. It is best for a mobile app builder. And the reason why is the framework that it uses is React Native. React Native is best as a mobile app. So, as a native mobile app, something that you're going to push into the app stores, this is the place where you want to be. It's Kiki.dev. So, it has an environment that's suited for that. Codex and Claude do not have what Kiki.dev has in terms of making it a mobile experience environment. This is designed for mobile apps. Okay, guys. One of the best things about Kiki, though, for me, is how well they built it. So they built a really, really strong um, builder. This context window here, this can parse through a lot of information. And this was from the first time I used it, which is almost a year ago now. It can take in a ton of information at once and do very, very well. So one thing that I can do, as an example, my I will use my prompt guide that I built out. I built my prompt guide out specifically for Kiki.dev. And what I would like to do is let's come up with an idea real quick. I've been thinking about this idea, and I don't mind sharing this idea with anyone, uh, because ideas are nothing without execution. So I have an idea for a vending machine app, and the concept is still a little rough, but let's uh, let's spitball a little bit. I have a vending machine app that I want to build, and I'm thinking about it being similar to vending machines, where it's something that you would need right away, something like quick, something in an area where you want to make, you know, an agile decision, but not a full commitment, right? You get a snack, but not a full meal, right? They do have pizza vending machines now, just the FYI. They have coffee vending machines. They've got all kinds of vending. I think I seen a cotton candy vending machine the other day. Anyways, like beyond all those crazy new vending machines are meant to be convenient in a place where you're probably not going to have food relatively soon, or it's some like it's bridging the gap for you, right? So I'm thinking about what kind of tools, what kind of things could I build that could be like small things that bridge the gap for someone very quickly, and I can also charge a smaller fee. So rather than paying a full subscription for something for $20 a month, for, in no shade, for a QR code, I don't need to pay $40 a month for a QR code to be activated. I've been getting got. I've been getting got for the last like 6 months by a company. Not gonna name any names, but QR code is in the name. Anyways, they have been getting me for keeping a QR code alive in this day and age where I can build my own QR code generator. Why am I paying them for this QR code? I don't need it. I don't need it. It's not a service that is super niche, right? It's not something that is like I need this to be done. I literally built a QR code generator in 5 minutes, one prompt, and now I have something that rather than charging someone a $40 subscription, I can charge them $1 one time, and they can do as many links as they want. So every time you want to get another link with a QR code, whatever, you can literally just come to this little web app that I built and do it. So that's one idea, right? vending machine, a vending machine for small, one-offs, but you do a small microtransaction, right? So let's. So I'm using my prompting guidebook app, which you can find in the iOS. I didn't build it for Android users. I'm sorry. The other two apps I did, but this particular one I did not build for Android, but it is on in the app stores, the Apple app stores, and it will give you a prompting guide um, framework that will be substantial. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this idea, And, in fact, let's use the microphone here because that's just so much easier. I love to type. It feels good typing. It's almost like writing now. Um, Anyways, I like to build a vending machine app that uses small web apps or small microservices within the vending machine. And I like to make it so that it has like a snap or parallax scrolling feature where the user can see all the different microservices that are available inside of the app. I want a very simple UI where the user just sees what are the services that are available, something beautiful, something shiny like a vending machine. And I'd like the cards to have some type of like glass effect over them. And what I want to do is allow the user to choose their microservice, make a payment, receive whatever they're getting. And I'd like to make it feel a little animated, almost like they're at a vending machine. And let's build this idea out with my prompt guide framework for Kiki.dev. So the prompt guide framework app is primarily designed for Kiki.dev, but you can use it anywhere else. But I specifically built it for Kiki.dev. One thing that Kiki.dev has done is they partnered with a company called Basic.tech. And Basic.tech is a cool company. There's some pretty cool guys. And one thing that I love about Basic.tech is that it is your database that uses um, a lot of the same things that you're accustomed to seeing from Supabase or from Firebase. But with Basic.tech, okay, I'm just kind of seeing my prompt pop up. It's very important that when you're using AI, that you read over what it gives you. It can come up with its own ideas. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not so great. At any rate, Basic.tech, they have some aspirations to, and I don't think I can pull them up right now. They have some aspirations to build out a technology for a database where the user's data lives closer to wherever they are. And with that, the user owns the data. So the user has access to their data without having, there's no downtime in terms of like a Cloudflare outage that happened the other day. This wouldn't happen with something like Basic.tech if you're running something that is for you. So Basic.tech works. Their idea is to create a database system that is a personalized database for you. And you own your database, and anywhere that you go within their ecosystem, you can plug in, connect to it, authorize this app to have access to your information, whatever information they need that may be from another app. If you're interacting with your, let's say the Walk Your Journey app or Walk Jesus' Journey app, and you have so many steps that you've done that day. Well, now you're in your weight loss tracker app and you need to know what was your physical activity for the day. And it can pull that information if you give it access, which they'll more than likely want to know. You give it access and it can pull that information for you. And so it can you can build some really, really cool things in terms of an ecosystem within Basic.tech. And yeah, so I'm super excited for what that could be. What could that be like? So I'm reading over my prompt for Kiki.dev, and let's just do this. For all of those who have okay. Let's send it in. Is it? Okay. This is good. All right. So this is the first prompt, and we're gonna let Kiki.dev go to work. And this UI is an upgraded UI. I used an original version of Kiki.dev. At least I think it was original. It was called Apicella at the time. I don't even think I'm saying it right. Forgive me, Henry, if I chop that up and messed up any historical artifacts about Kiki.dev. But Kiki.dev is much easier to say. But it was called Apicella. I don't even remember what the if it was .dev .app. I don't even remember. But it was Apicella at the time, and it was green and black, and I thought it looked cool. I thought it looked cool. But I ended up bailing the first day. I think I ran through my messages. I didn't feel like I got too far. And for some odd reason, what's his name? Beto, my guy Beto. Shout out to Beto from Expo. If you guys are building mobile apps, you need to follow Expo. And I am biased to their creators over at Expo. I actually only like Beto. Uh, so he's amazing. So yeah, he taught me a lot uh, about building apps with Expo, and so he mentioned them. He mentioned Kiki.dev or Apicella at the time, and I knew about 4 or 5 of them at the time, and I successfully built my first app on Bolt.new. But my next 3 apps I built on Kiki, and I actually just built an app yesterday uh, while building another web app that I'm working on for my company. So I actually built 2 products yesterday. I'm looking to have the app that I built on Kiki yesterday out in the market soon. So it's a TikTok style app, and but it's not designed just for doom scrolling. It's designed to um, be a tool for a specific group of people. I don't want to connect too many dots here. I want to surprise you when it comes out. But at any rate, I built it on Kiki, um, and yeah, so Kiki again does a fantastic job. It's not letting me scroll because it's demanding that I watch it work. But Kiki will take this entire prompt, and push it out. So yeah. So I love using Kiki. If you ever need help using Kiki, let me know. Or you can jump in the Discord. Henry is usually pretty available. And yeah, the team is great over there. So yeah, you guys should check out Kiki.dev and definitely give it a shot. So I do have see what time it is. It's 9:40 my time, and I have I have a couple meetings that I have to jump into. So I think I'm going to let this prompt finish, and then once this prompt finishes, I will call it a wrap. So we have the README being done right now, and okay, so we're creating our main routing file. It's creating quite a bit, and now it's fixing these screens. Uh, the app TSX is your navigation file. It just made that, and now it's updating everything. So the current view that we have here inside of Kiki, this is a mobile web browser view, and which is different than a mobile app view. Just so you know, mobile web browser view is different than a mobile app view. Um, it can almost look the same, but it will definitely not work the same. So yeah, this is important to note. There's a toggle up here at the top where you will choose mobile view, and this is where you need the Expo Go app. So download the Expo Go app, and then you'll be able to scan this QR code and your render your app directly from your phone, which is exciting. Always exciting. So they are checking for any errors right now to see what's going on. I'm excited to see what it produces after one prompt. It should generally create most of your main screens, and you want to, as you build, you'll want to go into your detail screens and plan and work through a lot of your detail screens. That is the next thing. So I'll drop kiki.dev into the chat. And it's working mighty hard over there. We're getting our bang for our buck on this account. This is a new account. Kiki gives you 5 messages up front. Um, I guess while this is working, while this is pending, I will give you a little tour of the place. So one of the best features about Kiki, and I'm just going to start high level here because a lot of the other stuff becomes par for the course. But this is something that no one else has, or no one else does as well as Kiki. And I mean this. I mean, there are a lot of other good app builders out there, but this one in particular takes the cake. This small feature. But there's a chat thread here that you can control. And with this chat thread, you can essentially add new chats once you're working on new features, you're working on a new branch or whatever you want to. Basically, it allows you to have uh, control of your environment, and you don't want to uh, impact any of your work over here and any work that you're going to do next. And the important thing to think through on this is the context of this entire chat thread. It becomes overwhelming at a certain point for the AI to work with, and it can lose itself. It can lose itself. So it's always important to start a new chat whenever you're working on a new feature. This is looking like it's not working. So I'm going to refresh the page. Let's see what it does after I refresh. Okay, I think it stopped. Looks like it stopped. The last edit block is incomplete. Can you finish it? Okay. Let's see what it does. How's my experience? It's always fantastic. It's amazing. It's amazing. That was an amazing animation there. Wow. Um, Let us look at what we have. Okay, so there are some issues that they didn't have. I think the navigation was the last thing that I thought through. I don't know if navigation was mentioned in this first prompt. It generally is not. It has some logic on how it should be set up, but it doesn't necessarily have the full. It doesn't have the full expression. Okay. Now I have my brother calling. All right. We have a lot going on, which is exciting. Which is exciting. All right, Vendy Stack is complete. The foundation is complete. Who is ready for Vendy Stack? Sorry, basic. It does say super basic inside of there. But let's see. Let's see if it renders anything. Oh no, errors, errors, errors. Let's see. If I refresh it, I'm curious to know if it pulls up from my phone. Let's see what it does, guys. If it pulls up from my phone, I will show it to you. It looks like it's loading up. Oh no. Let's let it know. Okay. So so it's asking for a key, and I don't want to give any keys right now. Mostly because I just want to see it. I don't want to. Yeah, I just want him to see it. Let's go back to chat window. Yeah, let's just create a mock version. I don't want to actually set this up right now. This is for the people. They ask more questions. I love my guys. I work with a great group of guys, and that's across all fronts. I have people that I work with in different businesses for different reasons. Even my wife, and everyone I work with is great. They all bring different energy, and it's great to be around them. So, excuse me, just being sentimental here. It's good to have good people around you. So yeah, so we are pretty close to this preview being ready, and it looks like while this code finalizes, voila, and we have life. Okay, this is not the best. Um, I will say I don't like emojis as my icon or as icons. Uh, Emojis as icons are not exciting. We'll say that much. But we can always work on that. So, just so you guys know, I do have it pulled up on my phone. It looks exactly like this on my phone. And just to prove it to you, I will share my phone screen. Oh, you know what? I will share my phone screen, and it doesn't look bad there. But this is, well, let's see where we are. Expo. Oh, duh. Duh. Sorry, guys. I actually might have to refresh this window. Let's do this. Let's try it one more time. One more time. Okay. It's not working. It's not working. All right. Well, you got a chance to see it here. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Okay. I don't know why I didn't just pull up the first time. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, you guys get to see this vending machine has a premium link that you can buy. This swiping mode is no bueno on the mobile view, but I will show you from actually it doesn't work on my phone either. So it's not the mobile view. It's actually the app itself right now. So this is what VendiStack produced in the first prompt. You kind of get the idea. I think you get the idea. I don't really get the idea. Uh, it can be much better. Let's just put it that way. So, but it's exciting. You're on your way. You're on your way. So, guys, feel free to reach out to me. I'm very accessible. You can go to my website, aistandard.app, and you can email me, Ramon at aistandard.app. I am accepting new clients. I am a consultant for tech startup founders, and I also am a founder of 3 startups myself. If you guys have any questions, if you have any concerns, think about, talk through about in your business, in your work, in your tech, in whatever you're doing, I'm here. I am what I have coined as a non-technical developer, and I love building apps and web apps and just love building. So if you like building cool things, feel free to reach out to me. I love to talk to other people who are very, very fascinated and interested in this space. So cool. Well, guys, have a great day. Peace out. Take care.